Well, good Sunday afternoon, grandkids. It is time for another weekly Bible verse to learn, to memorize, and apply. To study Bible verses so that you can learn them and then apply them to your life, you have to rightly divide these verses. Is this verse before the cross of Christ or after the cross of Christ? That's the dividing point. Before the cross of Christ, this is law. We're not under law, we're under grace. So this verse is not a salvation verse, but you'll hear many preachers point out these things that we should do for our salvation. And after the cross, Paul clearly tells us the only thing, we don't have to do anything but believe that Jesus Christ died for us, shed his blood for us, and rose from that grave. So this is from Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. It was written by Solomon, who God himself says the wisest person that ever lived was Solomon. Look what instruction he gives us. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. What's the most important thing in life? Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Is that our duty today? To fear God and keep his commandments? Yes. To grow in Christ, to be rewarded when we get to heaven? Yes. But not for salvation. The mistake is many preachers teach these laws like they're part of salvation, and it makes it of no effect for salvation. So let's break it down just a little bit. It's a great Bible verse to memorize. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God. If you fear God, you're really believing that there is a God. That's a good place to be. That you believe that there is God. And we should fear him because he determines if we're going to go to heaven or not. So we want to get on the good side of God. And the only way to be on the good side of God is not by what we do, but by what we believe. Solomon here is saying, be on the good side of God, you have to do things. See, that's not our salvation. It's salvation under law. But it's important for us to learn because we should fear God. And we should obey God. And we should keep his commandments. But not for salvation. It's an important lesson today is to rightly divide the Bible. So you're not caught up believing what preachers tell you that there's certain things we must do to go to heaven. No, there's not. We don't have to fear God. We don't have to keep his commandments. But what will happen is, as you learn Christ and grow in Christ, you'll want to do these things, most likely, but it's still not a requirement. One more time. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Love you all.